Hello everyone. Here's some random thoughts that I have for today. Um, I'm gonna make this in English again. Probably next video will be in Spanish, um, but yeah. So three or four things that just came up on my mind that I wanted to share here. So um, so let's start out with the first, which was I was talking with this with I was talking with this with my grandpa about it. And we were talking a little bit about like what are the best tips from a father, because I talked to this with a barber before. Like, what is the best and worst parent advice? So with the barber specifically, what we were saying was the worst parent advice was don't talk to strangers. That's the worst. The best thing was one of the best things was listen, then speak, and listen some more. As in some way, that's how we learn, that's how we acquire, that's how we can comprehend these ideas and condense them to, make the best of our use, so that we can make better expressions of ourselves. And then why is don't talk to strangers the worst parent advice? The reason why that is one of the worst parent advice you can give is how the hell are you supposed to make connections or friends or whatever if you were told to not talk to strangers? We're all strangers, but in some way we're really not. We're all just a big chunk of meat. We all got our problems. We're all struggling. That's the beauty of it. You want to make a story, you'll make yourself some memories. There you go. I mean, I don't need to explain that. You know how it is. You know the value of making connections, especially especially at this age as we start to, I guess, what is it? What's the word? Like, branch out or go out to the real world. I think that's something that's very important. And but specifically with the call with my granddad or grandpa, whatever you like to call it, my abuelito. Um, we were we were saying what's a good way to know that you're ready to be prepared for be a good dad or mom, because you know um you can raise a good son, but you can't really raise a good father. I mean, for some, I think I got lucky, even though I did get my Franklin belts. I think overall, I think I got a good dad. So, like, you can raise a good son, but I don't think you can raise a good father. Or you can make a good son, but you can't make a good father. Like, there is no recipe for it. Like, there is no ingredient to that. But here's what I was thinking was with that is, you wanna figure out, or let's say you do want to be a parent. So how can you prepare for that? Get a pet, get a fish, get a cat, get a dog, whatever you like, or chameleon or snake, for God's sake. I don't know, pick a fucking pet and take care of it. Take care of it as if it were your son or your daughter. Take care of it as if it were your child. If you notice that the pet's hungry, feed it. If it wants some company, give it company. If it wants to walk it. If it's a dog or a cat, if it's like a reptilian, well, you got the point. But treat that animal as if you would to treat a child. And if it lasts, and if the animal doesn't die, and it wants to see, it wants to see you, it cries when it doesn't see you, and it's very well fed, then you're ready, to have a child. I think that's the best way to prepare. One of the best ways to prepare is, it hits a lot more to home when it's something that lives like an animal. So, especially a dog or a cat. So I think that would be a good. I wouldn't say the solution to make a good father, but definitely a good tool. So that's just one thing I had in mind. Um, and then the next thing. So basically, yeah, you want to figure out if you want to be a good parent, get a buy a pet, Buy a pet, take care of it as if it were your child, and maybe after what, good 6 months to a year, and make sure you want to keep that pet, by the way. So, and then yeah, if you're ready, go have your kid. But yeah, can't make. You can always make a good son. Just can't make a good father. I think that's the best. One of the best tools, or one of the best strategies that I personally. Number two. So when it comes to like all these, specifically on the technological side, because I mean I'm a tech savvy nerd, so I mean we're all nerds at something. So, but I have a soft side for tech, and one thing I've noticed in terms of all these amazing ideas is the majority of them, or not the majority of them, but if you want to get a good idea, a good idea, look towards science fiction. You know, so many good ideas can come from there. Yeah, we always think that no, it has to come from here. Like everything is influenced from the brain. Like, don't know shit. Like, if you weren't getting any input, how are you supposed to come up with something new? Comprehend and try and look at it from different angles. But so many untouched ideas are left in science fiction. So I would definitely recommend, if you got a problem that you want to think that like technological problem that you may want to attempt to solve, towards science fiction. And this is another thing is, I'm I don't know if someone has said this, but I feel like I feel like someone has said this. That the world's not stupid enough for me not to for someone not to say this already. But I think it's like for every problem that there is, a solution has already been made, or a solution has already been created to counteract that problem. Just that we keep tacking for the solution in the same old angle. Like it's like a circle, there's 360 angles or 360 degrees. I think like for the majority of us in society, we've only been attacking, like 10 degrees, 10 degrees of those 360. There's like 350 other goddamn degrees, 350 other different possibilities. I think look for a different angle. So, and I know I'm gonna rant here for a second, but I just don't understand. Like, and also just give a little bit of credit for whoever started stealing the idea that I put on a tweet, because maybe someone had already thought of this before, but I posted it, and then I just keep seeing, and then after I posted, the look towards science fiction on Twitter, then it was like 5 or 6 tweets on this exact same thing. I'm like, but I don't know if they got it from my feed or whatever, but who the hell cares? So, but yeah, definitely look towards other people's ideas, especially during science fiction, to look for those technological problems. I'm telling you, for every problem that has been solved, for every problem there has been already a solution to been solved, to solve the problem. Look for a new angle. That'd be another thing. So for those who need an example, it's like antimatter. It's like an electron and a positron. An electronio, positronio, something like that. But yeah, with the electron and positron, you could say the electron is the problem, and then the positron is the solution. Those will neutralize. So, but I think we're looking for the positron in different places when it's in somewhere else. But society is like, no, this way, because everyone's been able to do it. No. And I want to shout out something in terms of that thing, that the idea that I was talking to you about. So there's this project that has been going a little bit, been thinking about it, but it's this project from a group that's called Project Firefly, where basically they're gonna try and combat fires by using wind. And when I heard of that, I was like, that reminds me. I can't remember the episode number exactly. I'll throw it in the description box, but it reminds me of this Ninjago episode as a kid, Where if I'm right, it's the blue guy. I think it's Jay. I don't know. I think it was. So he shoots wind at like this fire. He shoots wind at the fire, just like the intention of Project Firefly. I'm like, yo, like there's an idea right there, and here's Project Firefly, the exact same thing, except now it's actually beginning to roll out. So like that's what I mean is there is like in the most unexpected places the the solutions there to the problem. Like it's just mind boggling. So I just don't. So yeah, that's just the strangest thing is there's already a solution to the problem you've been looking at. You just haven't looked at it from a different angle. And I don't know all 360. Like if we were to look at it in a circle, I don't know all 360 different degrees of looking at looking for the solution. Right? I know that one degree at least identify, not personally identify, but one way of looking at it of those 360 that I would recommend is science fiction. Science fiction, maybe even like TV shows or like Star Wars, for example. I don't know, like any fiction show. Like there's bound to be an idea there. So look towards science fiction. That's one degree, and perhaps maybe that's where I'll find my solution. And sometimes you may even find it in real world cases. So it's so strange. It's very strange. I will be honest, but yeah, it's just absolutely mind blowing. The fact that for every problem in the world there is already a solution. Just haven't we just haven't been taught or acquired. We haven't acquired that way of looking at it. And it is like sometimes just literally it is literally in our memories or in front of our faces. But we haven't been programmed to look at it in 360 different ways or degrees. I mean, if anyone could make that video explain how, I mean, I'd probably send for that. It would definitely help a lot of people, including me, in terms of the problems that I'm trying to, or at least the I guess like the focus of my current motives. So, and for everyone else's motives, whoever can explain what I'm trying to say much better than me, please do it. But yeah. So so basic. Sorry, there's pepper. We're cooking pepper. Sorry, spices. But yeah. So yeah, with number two is like there for every problem, there's a solution. There's already a solution. And one way that I would recommend you taking in is maybe look towards science fiction, maybe look towards children's shows, maybe science fiction movies. A lot of ideas have come out from there. We just need to find a way to look at them at different angles. And then that brings me to the final point, which was a video I made before, which was literally find a way to be ignorant and intelligent, because most of us are very hardworking and we're intelligent. It's good being intelligent, but the ignorant person is way more intelligent than you think, because he knows what he cares about, what matters, and what doesn't. So he won't know as much as you do, but with what he knows, he will destroy you. The hardworking person, you can just give them a random ass stuff, like, for example, with this, like this used to be an old book I used for Portuguese. I still read it. Like you could probably tell them, yo, like, can you copy this? Can you like translate this from Portuguese to, I don't know, like Albanian, for God's sake? He'll probably do it. He's intelligent, he's hardworking, he'll go on detail and like translate all this crap. While the ignorant and intelligent will be like, maybe let's find a site where we can just translate, and then like let it download and whatever. Like he'll find the easiest way and the way that takes less time. Because why? Who wants to waste their goddamn time? So that's also another thing is you learn how to be ignorant to certain things, but make sure how you identify them. I put that in I put some strategies in the video before that, but those were just the three things in general that I kind of wanted to talk about, which was, and even as like with the parents thing is like there's some things that there's so much information you just have to figure out what to be ignorant about and what to really consider taking in. In this world of information, you'll never have the time to learn or to know about everything that's going on. Just have to decide what you care about, or like what you want to hear, what you want to know. The rest, who gives a fuck? You know, you shouldn't be worrying about this stuff. What you should be worrying is about yourself, your loved ones, your close ones, and all that stuff. Like, I mean, I just can't believe I'm the one who has to say this. Like society's getting weirder. Society's getting weirder as the age of information comes in, because I'm telling you, to say the truth in these days is like is like just say the truth these days is like finding the cure to cancer. It's like, yo, it's like, that's amazing. No, like, what the fuck? I mean, the truth is the truth. Like, that should be common knowledge. But no, it's like, sorry, the pepper, spice. Um, but yeah, it's also strange. But anyway, so like that's all that I got for today in terms of those three thoughts, these three ideas that I kind of wanted to share out. But yeah, let me know in the comments, like how to better structure this. Um, but yeah, I'll throw the episode in the description box just to show you what I meant by that Project Firefly thing. And two, check out the project. I'm serious. Like that's the sheer ability of understanding the fact that for every problem that has already existed, there's a solution to it. Maybe that might not be the only solution, but that's one good one. And maybe they did have to identify that, by figuring it out, but it's right in front of you. So like, you don't need to waste a lot of brain power. You don't have to be that hardworking, intelligent motherfucker. You can sometimes be ignorant and you still get the done. Right? But yeah, so see you all.